Stocks seem extremely sensitive to developments around trade. Let's try to figure out how to make sense of this all from a money side. And welcome in our friend Chantico Global CEO, Gina Sanchez, who joins us live from London. Don't worry, Gina, we're not going to bring up basketball. All right, but can you believe that? They're comparing Donald Sterling to this? Anyway, let's move on. So we got these whipsaw I know, unreal. We got these whipsaw headlines, markets up 100, down 100 one day, depending on what headline you read. Our viewers just want to figure out how to kind of navigate through it because this could go on for the next few years. How do we best navigate through this?
Look, when you're looking at stocks, you have to think about how they're exposed to trade. And I think most people sort of focus on the revenue side, who is selling into China. And it's one of the reasons that the tech sector has gotten a real kind of rough beating over this. And multiples have definitely been held down. And, you know, it's the likes of Qualcomm and Broadcom and NVIDIA, Texas Instruments, right? Those kinds of names have been kind of right at the front of this. But I think where people forget are where China is, in fact, part of the supply chain. And in fact, it hit small caps a lot harder because it turned out that these small cap companies were actually importing quite a bit of kind of, you know, middle market services from China or goods from China. But if you look at sort of the big box retailers who are already having problems of their own, think Best Buy, Office Depot, they're stocking their shelves with goods from China. Other retailers like the low-cost retailers, Target, Walmart, Costco, all stocking their inventory. And of course, the really low-end stuff like Dollar Tree, all of those guys are definitely going to get hit. So you have to think about where the exposure is. And sometimes it's not front and center. Sometimes it's buried deep in the supply chain. Yeah, and certainly it has been. I guess maybe we look at investing in some place like Vietnam, perhaps, or Carl Quintanilla went over there a few months ago, did an excellent sort of feature on how they may be the ultimate winner in all of this. Yeah, and actually we agree. In fact, we've already seen so one of the fantastic, sort of interesting things about what's happened is that we've seen a lot of multiple sort of compression as a result of a lot of trade talks. And you hear now, the number is now in the thousands in terms of mentions of tariffs in CEO commentary. So obviously this is something that's weighing and pressing multiples down. But the reality is that it is not yet hitting earnings, meaning that it still represents a downside. And you've seen import switching from the likes of Walmart and Nike going right to Vietnam in order to sidestep that. Now, how long that can take place, is a question. At some point, you could see tariffs kind of going beyond China. But for right now, Vietnam is definitely shining as the winner in terms of manufacturing. I'm just going to ask everybody now the same question, because why not? Do you think we're going to get a deal ever? When I think about the likelihood of a deal, you have to remember that Donald Trump, the clock is ticking for him. He's going into re-election. Not the same for Xi Jinping. And I would say that China thinks in decades. They don't think in years on these issues. And so it really does not make a deal very likely.